Hello, Mark Crossfield here. More live lessons coming at you. This is a guy who came for a lesson with me. It was an hour long. He wanted some help with his golf game. Didn't know if he wanted driver or wood, or he actually didn't bring his driver in, so he actually wanted his iron or just kind of general chat. He hadn't really had that many lessons before. So let's see how he got on. This is an interesting lesson, I think, just to show you how it's about me trying to give people ideas, armoury, to let them go and practice and empower their shot shaping abilities, rather than maybe just giving them definites that maybe they can't hit. Because if they could hit definites, they wouldn't be probably asking me for advice, because you'd show them a definite and they'd hit it. It's kind of some broad ideas to try and get them to move, things like path, maybe in ways that they haven't thought about before. Let's get stuck in. So irons, Paul, 0 path, face slightly closed to path, so irons pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, where you weren't sure if you didn't know, you actually didn't bring your driver into the lesson. I made you go and get your driver because you weren't certain if your irons are pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 shots. Driver, you're swinging, averaging almost 3 across, so 3 left.
Yeah.
Out to in. With the face 4 open to that 3, so you're going to hit the pushes to the right, which is what you said you did.
Yeah.
So should we try and fix that? We're going to need to move the path more right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You think you can just do it. You said, yeah.
I'll have a go.
You were quite confident, as
Yeah.
you said, and that's good. Self-discovery is the best form of teaching. So you're going to move the path to the right. How are you going to do that in your mind?
Get the club in behind me a bit
Okay.
more.
Show me. That's still out to the right, not your best hit. So let's hit one more shot where you swing how you did when you walked in. So does that make sense? Don't try and swing to the right.
Yeah.
So in effect, this swing will feel straighter to you, will it?
Yeah.
And it's definitely a straighter shot with a little bit of left to right spin. Okay, or you mishit that one unfortunately, but let's show you this, look. So these are the 4 shots you just hit here. You were 2 to the left, nearly 3 to the left when you started.
Yeah.
You then tried to swing further to the right,
Yeah.
but you actually swung further to the left.
Yeah.
So you need my help a bit more. I thought you were going to be able to swing to the right,
So
but
did I.
you are confused with which way is right and left. As in, you're not, but you are in a dynamic situation.
Yeah.
Because you actually swung more across them than consistently than you did on the first batch.
Right.
So interesting, isn't it? So he was coming a little bit across the ball with his driver. Iron was pretty straight and he hit the iron pretty well. I had to go and make him get his driver. He thought he could move path. He tried to swing around his body more and those kind of things. This is really, really common. So now watch what I did with him. So we tried to get him to think about the way he was moving his body, the way he was kind of pushing off the ground to try and change his path rather than thinking it more of a 2-dimensional, if it's round or upright kind of ideas around his body. Let's show you how he did. You've already hinted on this. Why don't we try getting this leg here, so your hips, your waist, to not rear back like it does.
Yeah.
So it gets to this point on the downswing, so it's gone forwards, but then it really spins out and back and everything moves backwards.
Yeah.
I would like to see your left leg up into these kind of lines on the downswing.
Yeah.
So why don't we try, don't think about path, just swing the club like you're doing. If I put you just there, but I want you to think about just moving across a lot more in here. Where at the moment you move across and then as you hit the ball, you violently then want to spin backwards,
Yeah.
which is very good for pulling that club to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you look at your right foot there as well, just get you off that right foot, so get it right up on its toe, get away from the big kick back with the heel, which is energies going kind of around the corner. Let's try and get them going that way, considerably more than around. Yeah. So don't change path, just swing on your normal path. Just so if you do a faster practice swing than that, so of course the slightly wider stance is going to help you with a bit of balance. Keeping your hands on, don't swing down, swing we need you just going this way. And don't feel like you're opening your hips, feel like you're staying square on. Don't give it so much, or feel like you're not rotating really. Yeah, it's good, so that's out to the right. There we go. Feel like you're going across on those?
Yeah.
Good. Too much spin on that one, so take the rotation out with your lower half, so feel much more side on. Yeah, really good. And again. Good. So definitely pushy.
Yeah.
If you come and look at that. So you actually got into a really good rhythm at the start. You were 1 across, 0, 0. And then the last 2 again got quite spinny.
Yeah.
So you're now only 2 across, 2.2, where you were 2.8. So I'd like to move it more than that. I reckon we can move it more than that. I want another 4 in there. Like you're side on. Okay. But I also want you to feel like you're side on with the left hip going up.
Yeah.
So not this way. Feel almost like your left hip is going across and up. And I feel like you're going to shove it way over there. Good. That felt different, did it not?
Yeah.
Okay, let's show you that one quickly. That's the move, that's the feeling. You didn't strike it, unfortunately, which is why you got a weaker flight, but you're now hitting one from the inside. We'll come to the face. The face isn't quite working, which is why they're staying out to the right. We'll do that in a second. But that's the path we need to try and stay closer to.
Yeah.
How did you do that? So in your mind, what were you doing?
Just pushing over.
Good. Try and have a little less rotation. Yeah, more. That's the feeling you want.
Right.
You're not actually doing that, but that is the feeling you need. Yeah, that way.
Well, that's what I said when I thought I stayed on my back foot.
You said it exactly when you walked in. I agree with the statement you walked in. It's not that you stay on your back foot.
Twist.
Correct. You get onto your back foot with rotation.
Yeah.
Where I want you to slide onto your front foot and extend up that left side a bit as you do it. Try and move that. With the more extreme feeling of staying side on and lifting left hip. You're now hitting 2 up. Where before you were hitting, where's your first drivers there? You were hitting level.
Yeah.
So you're now hitting the ball more on the upward hit, which will be great for adding a bit of distance and better launches and stuff. And now your path is at 0. So you're swinging straight like you did with your iron.
Yeah.
What's always interesting with these ones is you probably don't feel like you're swinging any differently, as in behind you or up or around or those kind of things.
No.
Which is always the best way. When people, it's so two-dimensional to just think swinging round hits from the inside and swinging up hits from the outside, because it doesn't work like that. Now, your face is not so good in relationship to your path. It's averaging 9 to the right of that 0.
Yeah.
So we need to get that face back.
Yeah.
So if you jump on the mat at the target,
It's a blocking.
yeah, it's a blocking. It is an official blocking. 100%. He is the king of the blocks.
I love
Blocky's
blocking.
army.
I love blocking. It reminds me of my brother, which is frightening.
Everyone loves a blocky. So we need the locky flick.
The lock flick.
Yeah?
Ah,
It's-
I've waited for this moment.
When you've been told to give it the locky flick, you
Oh,
feel like you've
you
made
know
it.
you're there.
Yeah. You want to feel like the head is passing your handle. So the club head is passing the handle. Because that would point the face more left, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You don't want to twist it left because that'll take all the loft off. Slide and blocky flick. This. Yeah, good effort. There's a heel strike, which is why you're not getting the best flight on that, but the right idea. And again. Now you were there, and then you're just losing it on those last ones. So your path's gone back to 6 across, and the face is open. So this was really close, this set of thoughts. This was just hip, this set of thoughts.
Yeah.
When we introduced trying to control the face with the flip, it got confused. You didn't know where you were going.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't do it that way. We might come back to trying to do it that way, but I'm going to try and do it in a different way. Relax. That's it. Feel that here and in here.
Yeah.
So you're much more comfortable this way.
Yeah.
So I want you to try and rotate the glove that way.
Right.
And hit it by going forwards, not opening, then forwards. So clear on the 2 thoughts, what we're going for, wrist twist on the backswing,
Yeah.
correct? And then hips, if they can, on the way down, slide them across. Yeah, good effort, really good effort. So on these last ones, your path is now only 1 across, and you add a couple of pluses. What movement that you're doing there straightens up the path?
Going
Correct.
sideways.
Correct. Where if you...
I was going.
Correct. If you turn your hips loads, it's not a massive problem, but if you turn your hips loads and the path is always going left, they relate to each other a lot to people. If you turn your hips so much that you move backwards as you do it, and you suffer from a lefted path, then you need to rearrange the way you're moving your hips. Then what sorts the face out then? Once the path's getting better, like you're doing there, what moves the face? 2 things we talked about. So it's the turning of the wrist.
Turning the wrist.
So that's turning the face around this axis.
Yeah.
And what's the other one that sorts the face out? The lock and flip.
Lock and flip.
So if the handle's a long way forward, and you have to turn the face to square it up, or to get it somewhere in relationship to your path, you're going to take all the loft off.
Yeah.
So you have to play with a combination of turning wrist and the locky flip for you to control the direction once the path's in place. You with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, good effort. Did you try and flip or twist that one
That's
more?
good. A bit of everything, I
Yeah,
think.
good, yeah, just play with it. You've got, like I say, it's often in lessons people are not willing enough to try hard enough.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As in, they want to keep they want to keep doing it right.
Yeah.
Where I like students to just go mental with it, and I have to calm them down. I remember having lessons when I was younger, and the person would tell me to do something. I'd think, right, I'm going to do this so much to show the person that I've got big levels of how much I can move the way he wants me to move. Because if you overdo something, because at the moment you underdo stuff, overdoing stuff's great because you've got both sides of it. That's how players are shaping it both ways when they want to, because they can go either side, so then they also know where to move. Don't be afraid to just flip it crazily or turn it crazily, and if you do it, tell me. Well, I really tried to flip that one, look out, that's good for learning. Brilliant shot, high draw, loving that. Brilliant. Really good. There we go, look. That's quite impressive. Path in from the inside. You're now 4 up as well.
Yeah.
Which is great for your driver. If you watch your downswing here, do you remember the original lines I drew on? I mean, you were going backwards of this line. Look how that, are you driving through it now? And then staying forwards. Your original swing, you were, I mean, your left leg was kind of back here somewhere when you finished.
Yeah.
It's really good. There we go, guys. Interesting. I love these kind of lessons. So for him, he was given 3 ideas. He struggled to use maybe all 3. He struggled to even use 2 sometimes. But he was able to play with them and go away and play with them. He was keen to go away and play with the ideas, combining all 3 ideas, using one of them, 2 of them, to try and see which one gave him the best results. I could move him. As you could see, we moved him in the time allotted. If we had longer time, I think we could have moved him a bit more. I think rather than just longer time in that lesson, him coming back and us having another go after he digests a bit of practice with the 3 thoughts would be a really interesting one, which if he does, hopefully we'll film that and let you know how he's get on. I think for him it was very interesting for him to see how he can move path by literally moving his body laterally differently, and how he's pushing off the ground and reacting with that floor differently, rather than just thinking about the direction he's swinging that club around his body, which, as he proved at the start, he didn't have much success with. So when he thought he was changing the path one way, he actually changed it further the other way, which is so common with amateurs, which is where measuring works really well with the GC2 HMT in the lessons, and B, obviously my understanding of how to try and get people to move those numbers without kind of spinning them out too much or kind of changing everything they believe, but getting them just maybe to empower themselves with some better thoughts, hitting some better shots. Thanks for watching, guys. More live lessons coming at you. As always, post comments down below. Love to hear what you got to say. Speak to you soon. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments. Love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show. Get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.